Okay guys, so we're in a video today. So now in this video I'm going to be talking about what happened at the Trump convention right over here. So yeah, now if you don't know, I bet you do already know because it's very big news. But if you don't know, on July 13th, so yesterday at 6:11 p.m., he was actually shot at while doing a convention for his political campaign for the 2024 presidential race. So that's what he was doing, and he was like shot at by a gunman. Now, I do want to clarify a few things, or not clarify, but I want to mention a few things before I talk about this because I want to share my thoughts, but I feel like I'm going to get some bad kind of comments that I do not want. So I'm just going to clarify a few things. So the first thing is I do not want you to subscribe if you're not actually going to watch my other videos. And I'm saying that because I know if I make a video that might get a lot of views, or when I do make videos I get a lot of views, I oftentimes get a lot of random subscribers from people, and those people might like what I say in a certain video or like what I cover, but then they don't actually watch my other videos. So I'm primarily a Minecraft YouTuber, and I just wanted to share my thoughts here, so that's why I'm making this video. So if you're not going to watch my content, do not subscribe, as it's not going to benefit me and it's not going to benefit you. It's just going to inflate my subscriber count, and it's only going to clutter your subscription. Just don't do it. So another thing, no bad faith comments, because I know some people might, because obviously this is a political thing, might try and like make bad faith comments. So you're fine to discuss whatever, whether you like Trump or not. Personally, I don't really like him too much, but you're allowed to share that opinion as well. But I do not want bad faith comments. So even though I do not like Trump, I do feel bad for him, of course, in this situation, because like obviously getting shot in the ear, that's pretty painful, I'd say. Even though he's pretty resilient there. But I know I'm going to get certain comments, so you can disagree with me, but I do not want people calling me a bad person because I disagree with them. Or another thing too is if you're calling me out for making a video on it, that too, I'm just going to delete all of those comments. Another thing I might ramble on a bit, as I do have a rambling problem and I do want to share my thoughts. So, like, some of the things might not be the most important, but some of the things I bring up might be because I want to share things because I, like, a part of my thoughts. So that's one thing as well. And also apologize for me being a day late, um, as I was just waiting to see all the details. So most of the details I would say have come out. Now, don't take my full word for this, as, like, there's some other stuff, like the motive hasn't been released yet, or even known. So that's not released, but we know most of the things, like who did it. So yeah. And if you're wondering, I'm recording this at 7:28 p.m. EST. So if there might be new information that came out after I recorded this. So yeah, now anyway, if all of that out of the way, I want to get into my thoughts here. So I don't know, I feel like I might have a little bit of a unique perspective here, not because of anything political, but I actually was one of the first people to witness this. Now, I wasn't at the rally itself because I live in Canada, so obviously I wasn't physically at the rally, of course, but I was watching it on a live stream, and I just saw it in my recommended, so I just decided, hey, why not just watch it? Like, I don't really have anything else to do. Not the biggest fan of Trump, but you know what? I'll just watch and see what he's doing. So I came onto his live stream about 8 minutes into it, and for the first like well, actually I think maybe 5 minutes, because 8 minutes is when he was. I'm not entirely sure. Somewhere between 8 to 10 minutes he was shot. But anyway, I was on there for a few minutes. Nothing went wrong, and then all of a sudden he was talking about stuff, and then obviously the shots came out. At first, I was not 100% sure what that was. That, like, obviously that was right when it happened, like seconds after it happened. So I was not sure if that was like just random loud bangs or something. So I was not 100% sure about that. But it definitely shocked me. Not like traumatized shock, but it definitely shocked me. Like, I was not expecting that. And like I was like wondering like what was going on. Like, I definitely knew now, like this was definitely like very important. Like what about what was going to happen? Like, I knew, yeah, this is serious. This is definitely very serious. This is going to be talked about for days, or probably even months. Um, so like witnessed all of that. I witnessed him like fall to the ground, and like the Secret Service protecting him. and I also witnessed the part like I like on the live stream, like when he like did his fist up in the air, which if you're wondering is where that photo comes from. That what's going to be pretty iconic, I would say, the photo where he was like with his fist and the American flag behind him. Like that's a I don't mean to be political here, but I'm just going to say that's a pretty good photo for him for his PR. Like, yeah, that is very good. That's going to be like what like that is definitely a very good like historical photo. I'd say like that's definitely going to be used in history books and talked about. Like, yeah, I feel like that's a really good photo. Now, anyway, right after that happened, for a couple of minutes, I was waiting to see what else would happen, and the live stream was still going on, and it was right before they turned off the camera, because they did end up turning off the camera after a few minutes after he got shot. But afterwards, I decided to come out of my room because I was watching this in my room. So the first thing I did was I told my mom about this because like I was kind of in disbelief. Like I was really shocked about this, so I told my mom first, and then after that I then told my brother, and he like looked that up and saw the same thing I saw. Like he looked it up afterwards. So like my family, of course, because I told them. So like I was just like telling everyone like in my house. So that was everyone in my house. I didn't have anyone else, but I was just telling everyone. And so like I was like it was just very shocking for me. So I don't know, like after that, after for the rest of the evening, I was just looking up, like kept on looking up everything, like trying to refresh the Wikipedia page to see what new information has come up. So I was staying informed, and looking for everything. So yeah. Now anyway, though there's also some other things too. So one of the things was there was unfortunately like I feel really bad for the guy who died, not the perpetrator. I don't feel bad for him, of course, because he got what he deserved. But the innocent attendee who died, whose name was Corey Comperatore. I think that's how you pronounce his name. I apologize if I was butchering it. But anyway, he died while protecting his daughter from the gunfire. So that was very like heroic of him. Like you can tell he really cared. So another thing too, like that guy sounds like a really good guy. And he was like also a volunteer firefighter. So this guy definitely just liked helping people a lot. So I think honestly, like the fact that he risked his life, it's really hard to describe. But like even though it's like sad that a life was lost, the fact that he was willing to sacrifice his life to protect his daughter is, I don't know, I don't know how to describe, but you just have to be like a hero like to do that. You kind of have to be that. You have to be like a really like good person to like do that really. So yeah, it's just like I don't know how to describe, but you know what, like rest in peace. But like that was very heroic of you. Now on to the perpetrator himself. So the perpetrator's name, and I bet you've already heard this, is a guy called Thomas Matthew Crooks. Now if you don't know, so the FBI did confirm who it was, but like a few hours, I think it was a few hours, but a few hours before the FBI confirmed it was him, the New York Post, or it might have been some Redditors, maybe, like maybe that's where they got their information. I mean, Reddit and 4chan is very quick on that stuff. But the first thing I saw, so like New York Post, reported him, so like reported that it was that guy. Also, I should clarify that the perpetrator, so Thomas Matthew Crooks, he is dead. Um, and also, I'm not 100% sure now because he's already dead, and obviously he can't be charged at all because he's dead. Like, obviously, he can't go on trial for that. So I think I can say him, but I'm not 100% sure, so I'm not sure I have to say allegedly, of course, because obviously all that kind of stuff. But anyway, so like Thomas Matthew Crooks, so like it's a bit interesting. So once again, like I'm not like all the details have not come out, but the details that have, so apparently Crooks right over here, he was actually a registered Republican, and his voter registration was active since September 2021, which was the month he turned 18 years old. So he had been politically active since then, but like obviously he was shot Trump, so that's kind of like a bit strange to me. Now I do, even though he was a Republican, or that's at least he registered to that, um there is left-leaning Republicans and right-leaning Democrats. Now I know that's not too terribly common. It's pretty rare because you would think Republicans right, Democrats left. But yeah, there is some cases where that is the case. So like left-leaning Republicans, that can happen. But some information that I actually got was a former classmate of his actually described him as slightly right-leaning. So honestly, that's kind of like another detail, like pretty like surprising detail too. But like one thing that conflicts that though is like he has previously donated it to the Democrats and other like liberal organizations. So I'm not 100% sure on what this guy's political leaning is. Oh, so once again, we're gonna have to figure that out, what the motive was. And there's not much else here. There's one thing I wanted to bring up, and I tried to copy and paste the person's, like the YouTuber, um, in that I want to like briefly talk about, because even though it's not the most important to the story, I feel like this guy's getting undeserved hate for it. But anyway, I forgot to copy and paste it into the doc, so once again, I'll put up like a screenshot of his YouTube channel. But anyway, he's like 11 million subscriber YouTube channel about guns. So, there's this YouTuber. So apparently the gunman in the, like, who shot Trump, apparently he was wearing a YouTuber's shirt, and he was wearing that 11 million subscribers YouTube merch. And so that guy was getting, like, I'm not sure about hate, but he was definitely, like, getting, like, comments on his, like, I saw on his YouTube video, like, most recent YouTube video, he was getting some comments that, like, I feel like are just very, like, disrespectful. Like, I just think they're not good. Like, and making it sound like it was his fault. Like, once again, even though like what, who cares that he, like, the shooter watched that guy's videos, or might have, I'm not 100% sure, because it was, I think it was because like somebody saw, he was like said the shirt he was wearing looked like that. So I'm not 100% sure if it's 100% true either. But what I am 100% sure is about is that that guy, like the YouTuber, was definitely getting some hate over it, but, or some kind of hate, like not 100% like full hate, but either way. So once again, don't do that. Like, there's no reason, he did nothing wrong here. So yeah. Anyway, I just wanted to talk about this. So once again, the FBI, the United States Department of Justice and National Security Division, the Secret Service, and the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives. So all those federal organizations. So all of them are currently investigating this still. So there's still more details to come. And once again, by the time I upload this, which I'm hopefully aiming to do by the end of tonight on July 14th, there might be new details. So this video might be outdated. But I personally just wanted to share my thoughts about this, because once again, normally I don't do this. Normally I don't make political videos. But in this case, um, I saw it right as it happened, like maybe a few seconds after, because like live streams, there is a bit of a delay. But I was one of the first people to figure that out, like find out about this. So I really just wanted to share my thoughts, because this was like something I saw while it happened. So yeah, now anyway, I just wanted to make this video. So yeah, that'll be it for the video today. I don't want to say hope you enjoyed, because the subject matter, um, I don't know, it's not like the most appropriate to say hope you enjoyed, but, oh, and another thing too, even though I don't personally like Trump, once again, not too much, he's not my favorite. I still feel bad for him and his family, of course, and I feel bad for the person who died. And there was also two other people injured who I believe are critically injured as well. So I hope they get well. So I hope that as well. So I feel bad for all of the people who were harmed. So even if you do not like Trump, you still have to, like, I feel like you should still admit that, like, it's not okay, like, for other people to get harmed, because those were just innocent people. Even if they liked Trump, they did not deserve to get hurt. Like, that was wrong. So yeah, now anyway, that's it for the video today. And goodbye.